Libertarianism is a political economic philosophy which is highly misconstrued and misunderstood by pretty much anyone who isn't already a libertarian. Statists on both sides hurl abuse at libertarians, with conservatives calling us liberal snowflakes and leftists calling us fascist Nazis. In fact, many so-called libertarians themselves have such a false understanding of what exactly libertarianism is, they end up violating our core values and giving us a bad name in the process. I'm going to jump in and add my own take on this highly contentious issue and explore the basis on which these ideas originated. Let's start by looking at the Google definition of libertarianism. A simple search returns the following answer. Libertarianism is an extreme laissez-faire political philosophy advocating only minimal state intervention in the lives of citizens. Broadly speaking, this is a generally correct definition which adequately satisfies the beliefs of most moderate libertarians. It's true that libertarians are anti-state and wish for only the smallest government possible to exist. Furthermore, libertarians do support a laissez-faire approach to the economy as well as society. Laissez-faire is a French term meaning leave alone and reflects the attitudes of libertarians who want the government to leave everyone alone. However, there are issues with this definition. Primarily, it does not outline the principal foundations of what libertarianism actually is. Libertarianism is a logical position based on the consistent application of principle. The core principle of libertarianism is the non-aggression principle, otherwise known as the non-aggression axiom, or NAP. The NAP states that it is illegitimate and unjustifiable to initiate aggression against another peaceful person. This includes physical force, threats of physical force, and fraud. Murray Rothbard stated, "The libertarian creed rests upon one central axiom, that no man or group of men may aggress against a person or property of anyone else. This may be called the non-aggression axiom. Aggression is defined as the initiation or the use or threat of physical violence against a person or property of anyone else. Aggression is therefore synonymous with invasion." The practical application of the NAP is explained by using a system of property rights derived from self-ownership and the homesteading principle. To start with, self-ownership asserts that humans own themselves, their bodies and their actions. To deny self-ownership claims that someone other than yourself owns you and has the right to do with you as they please. This would be slavery pure and simple. If you argue that no one owns you, then you are still creating problems. An unowned object can be used by anyone for any reason without need for justification. This would allow others to kill or enslave you as they pleased. Therefore, self-ownership is the accepted basis from which property is derived. The homesteading principle was formulated by John Locke, a prolific 17th century English philosopher commonly known as the father of liberalism, that being liberalism in the classical sense. Locke argued that as humans own themselves, they also own that which stems from themselves in the form of actions. When humans act to create a product out of a previously unowned material, they are mixing their labour into that product and therefore own the resulting item. Locke wrote, "Every man has a property in his own person. This nobody has any right to but himself. The labour of his body and the work of his hands we may say are properly his. Whatsoever then he removes out of a state that nature has provided and left it in, he has mixed his labour with it, and joined to it something that is his own, and thereby makes it his property." This is a brief summary of the foundation from which property originates. Following this, libertarians support consensual transactions of property and the use of contracts. All this creates a structure of property rights which define what does and does not count as a violation of the NAP. In summary, libertarianism is a philosophy centred around individual property rights derived from self-ownership and the homesteading principle. This is then expressed through the NAP. Libertarians oppose all initiations of coercion and promote peace, prosperity and cooperation. You might ask yourself, what's the point of all this? What does it mean? The reality is that this central foundation is vitally important for creating a consistent approach. Let's look at two most commonly expressed libertarian sayings. Taxation is theft and legalise all drugs. Why do libertarians hold these views? Firstly, it's important to note that the primary reason that libertarians oppose taxation is not because we are greedy capitalist pigs and want to keep all the money for ourselves. Neither do we wish to legalise drugs just so that we can sit around all day injecting heroin as and when we please. Rather, libertarians are opposed to taxation because it violates the NAP. Taxes are not voluntary, they are extracted through coercion. Anyone who doubts this will see this point proven if they simply stop paying. The government will send men with guns to your house to arrest you and forcefully lock you in a cage. Ultimately, if you resist long and hard enough, they will kill you. Therefore, taxation is seen by libertarians as extortion, no better than that committed by the common street criminal, just on a far larger scale. Libertarians oppose drug criminalisation because we view a government mandate controlling what people can and can't do on their own property to be in direct violation of property rights and therefore an act of aggression. Libertarians take the view that if you want to take drugs, then fine, take them. And if you don't want to take drugs, that's also fine, just don't take them. Whatever you choose, do not enforce your will upon others and their property. It's really that simple. As Matt Kibe says, don't hurt people and don't take their stuff. This basis is so simple and true that most ordinary people would agree with it, however they fail to apply this logic consistently. Therefore, the reason that libertarians oppose a state is because its income is derived from theft and its commands violate our rights. Most libertarians fall under the banner of minarchism. These are libertarians which believe that a government is necessary to uphold the system of private property which we defend. They most commonly advocate for the minimal state functions of police, defence, basic infrastructure and a judicial system. However, when applying the NAP and property rights consistently, the logical end result is naturally anarchy, total and unrelenting opposition of the very existence of a state. These libertarians refer to themselves as ANCAPs, or anarcho-capitalists, a term coined by Mr. Libertarian himself, Murray Rothbard. Although this seems like an extreme view, it is simply explained by consistently applying our principles. There is a great deal of literature detailing how society could function without a central government. Chaos Theory by Bob Murphy is one excellent example, and it can be found for free as a PDF file on the website of the Mises Institute. In future videos I hope to address the nature of a state, methods to achieve freedom, key libertarian thinkers and their contributions, as well as much more. I hope you enjoyed and will like, comment and subscribe.